This is one of my favorite parts of the 49ers and Packers playing in the playoffs seemingly every year. Just about every year. I mean, not really, but it kind of feels that way.
Right.
Especially feels that way this year because who the hell saw this coming? Halfway through the year, it's kind of a rebuilding thing. Packers are on the search. Do they have their quarterback or not? That's how we felt 7 weeks ago. Now, the Packers have eliminated the Dallas Cowboys, and they come steaming into Levi Stadium with a whole lot of buzz. But whenever that happens, that means that Brian Baumgartner, also known as Kevin from The Office, he puts down his celebrity golf tour clubs, and he gives us a call. And that's my favorite part of this matchup. Brian joining us on the Boxer and Gerson guest line. Hi, Brian.
Mark, I agree with you. I am so surprised that the 49ers are playing in the divisional round of the playoffs this year. I would have never guessed that you guys would have made the playoffs this year. Congratulations. Well done.
Well, thank you.
Who could have seen that coming, Brian? Really?
Well, I mean, especially with this plucky little quarterback we've got, Brock Purdy. We don't have a fancy first-rounder like Jordan Love. I know that.
Yeah, by the way, I called Kyle before the season started and asked him if he wanted me to play quarterback because I feel like I could have done just as well. I feel like I could have.
Come on now, Brian. Come on now, Brian. Don't go product of the system on me. The Packers have never not had a good quarterback. What if that's a product of the system?
Here's what I love about this, Mark. Like in all seriousness, I'm joking. I am the Packers being favored in the game, a playoff game against the 49ers, hasn't gone well for us. Let's be honest. So I feel like what do we have to lose? And that is actually the point. I mean, look, you guys should crush, right? Absolutely. Everyone thinks you're going to crush. What's the line? 9.5, 10?
It's up
Not
to 10.
that I look at those sort of things. But I said last week, I might have made a wager on the Packers last week, but I took the points. I mean, who would have thought? But the only thing I said was a team that is not supposed to be there, but playing very, very well is dangerous.
And how dangerous are they this weekend, coming up tomorrow? Did you take the points again, Brian, with your beloved Packers?
All I have to say is, no, I'm saying in general, including this week. No, it's got to be dangerous, right? I mean, I'm here at the Hilton Grand Vacations LPGA Tournament of Champions. It's a LPGA Tournament of Champions event and a celebrity event, golf event here in Orlando. And I've been talking to many, many illustrious Hall of Famers who are playing here in the NFL and other sports. And, yeah, I mean, the Packers have nothing to lose. If it gets tight, the Niners, they have the pressure. The Packers have no pressure. And it's been the reverse the last few times we've played, and we know how that's gone.
I mean, I could explain why I'm asking this, but who does Brian Urlacher think is going to win?
He and I had dinner 2 nights ago. We had a long conversation about the game, and he thinks it's going to be a good game.
Was it his idea or yours to do the bleep the Niners text?
The what? The what?
The bleep the Niners text. And I truly, I thought it was hilarious. I felt terrible because I went off with the kids, and who knows what the hell happened to my night. And so it was one of those things where I left your text just sitting there to the point where apparently late at night you got guilty and thought that I was offended or something. Yeah, but let's circle back. Whose idea was it, Brian?
No, that was fully me.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
I'm going to be honest with you. We had some wine. You texted me. And what did I say? You said, will you come on the show? And I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then said something about the Niners. And then you didn't respond. And I thought, oh, no, is he so sensitive these days?
Yeah.
Is he going to play like the team is tomorrow? Just a little sensitive and scared? I don't know, Mark.
How recently this year did you become a Packer fan? Was it second quarter against Dallas where you kind of dusted off your Packer jersey?
Well, I have to tell you, since Thanksgiving, they've played phenomenal. I mean, you can't. Well, there is no argument about that. What is that? The last 6, 7 games?
Yeah, 7-2. 7-2 in their last 9.
Jordan Love has played amazing. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon both. I know there have been some injuries and they've been off, but the running game has been great. The offensive line has looked great. Look, I'm not going to get too excited. Of course, you guys are the prohibitive favorite, as you should be. But yeah, I do think, I know I'm talking to the people in the Northern California, but look, you should feel very, very confident. But a team that has nothing to lose, they truly have nothing to lose. I mean, it's been an amazing Packers season across the board based on expectations. And you guys are supposed to win. Probably, not just tomorrow, but the NFC and most would argue the Super Bowl as well. Though, Baltimore made me quite a bit of money.
Yeah, all right, Brian. All right.
Too soon.
Yeah, we're not over it yet. Brian Baumgartner is our guest here on Willard and Dibs. You know him, and for what my money is the best syndicated show out there. I don't know about this Friends and Big Bang Theory crap that people talk about. I'm a The Office guy. Brian Baumgartner, who played Kevin from The Office with us here on Willard and Dibs, huge Packer fan, and thinks the Packers are going to win by 14 tomorrow. Is that what I saw?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay,
I'm not saying that. I am. What I'm hopeful for though is a close game, and if it's a close game, I think the Niners will be nervous.
Hey,
That's what I think.
Do you find it's supposed to rain here tomorrow? And Niner fans. I find this funny, not that I disagree with it. Niners have a really good run game, but Niners fans believe that the rain gives them an edge, and there's something ironic about thinking that the Green Bay Packers are at a disadvantage because of bad weather.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
No, I still think 49ers should be favored and will very likely win, but no, I don't think that. I have not been looking at the forecast. I'm actually in horribly rainy Orlando, Florida right now myself. Very wet and not that warm. But no, I think the Packers offensive line has been somewhat of a surprise. How they have not just over at least the last 6, 7 games. What is it? Since Thanksgiving, 6 games, 7 games, whatever it is.
Yep.
They protected Love really well, and their running game has been spectacular. Particularly last week against Dallas, another great defense like the Niners have. They've been able to run the ball. So, and I don't know why. There's no weather worse than Wisconsin in the winter. So I don't necessarily see that.
Who will have a better weekend? You, currently tied for 34th, but ahead of Larry the Cable Guy, or the Packers in Santa Clara against the Niners?
Okay, well, now hold on one second.
I'm looking right at the leaderboard, Brian, and Emmett's got you by a point. You're tied with Charles Woodson, but you're keeping Larry the Cable Guy at bay.
Hall of Famers that I am beating: Charles Woodson, Marcus Allen,
correct,
Landon Donovan,
Michael Waltrip,
many other names here. But
Vince Carter,
those are a few that heard it from me today for sure. There were more names yesterday. I played much better yesterday. That heard it all night long from me last night. Today was a little rough. The rain and cold. I live in Southern California. If it rains or sprinkles, I'm like, I'll play golf the next 6 days.
Right.
Not today. So, and And I admit, coming here to this particular tournament, which I love, and I don't know if anyone's checked it out. It's, I mean, the women are phenomenal. The celebrities that are playing are, and some of them are, I mean, several like under par celebrity golfers that in really difficult conditions on an incredibly difficult golf course, Lake Nona here in Orlando. Today I struggled, and I don't practice in the rain. I don't play in the rain. I'm like, rain gloves? What are rain gloves? What do we do with those? You mean truly? I had to borrow an umbrella before the round today because I'm like, I don't have an umbrella in my garage. Are you kidding me?
Do you even have a jacket?
Why do I use an umbrella?
Yeah, do you even own a jacket? How many jackets do you own, Brian?
I mean, I have a few jackets, and no, actually, I'll tell you guys, I saw the weather report on Wednesday of last week and had to overnight 2 rain jackets to my house to make sure I got them on Friday before I left because I didn't have them, and I was like, I guess I need that. Yeah.
Brian Baumgartner with us, and this is how we know that, or how I know that you know I'm your friend and I care about you, Brian. You scared me there for a second when you were talking because about the tournament. I forgot that you had said this is an LPGA event, and when you're like, I don't know how many of you know about this tournament, but the women are amazing, and I was like, oh my God, like what the hell did he just say? I don't want you to get canceled, Brian.
No. Not that. The women golfers are amazing. And truly, I don't know, how many people are watching the women's tour, but I'll tell you, I played yesterday with Lilia Vu, is her name. She's from Southern California. She went to UCLA. I didn't know her very well. She's the number 1 ranked player in the world, won 2 majors last year. And I'm out there at Lake Nona walking, playing with her side by side. I even took the tee briefly yesterday, made a really good birdie.
Wow. You took the tee from the number 1 women's golfer in the world?
Yeah.
You know what, Mark? That's the headline right there. Everything else I said. Nothing else, Matt. I'm sorry I buried the lead.
Oh, gosh, that's incredible.
But, yes, and I had a little stretch yesterday where I played really, really, really well for 5 or 6 holes. I had the tee for several holes, and but playing alongside and watching them and going like, okay, I just got lucky, or I happened to hit a couple of good shots in a row and made a putt or whatever. But it's so much. This event, I know I've told you about this before. This event is really fun for me to do, and the good news is the game. When I saw the schedule, I was super happy. 8:15 on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It'll be dark outside. I won't be on the course, and I'll be able to enjoy the game.
And much like your round of golf yesterday, the Packers will have a cute little stretch where they might actually be up 3-0, Brian.
They might.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be good. Well, here's the question for you.
Okay.
If San Francisco wins the toss, do they take the ball or defer?
They defer.
Defer.
Yeah.
And Kyle Shanahan already answered that question. He was asked the same thing you just asked. So I've sort of proposed, like, why are we even having a toss? Let's not waste time. Give the Packers the ball and let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to second judge Kyle, but I don't know if that's the right move. I don't know.
Well, I mean, think about it this way, B.
Do you like that move?
Yes, I like that move. I do. Think about it this way. Okay, it's 5:15 at night. It's been raining all afternoon. The crowd is absolutely on its ear, and you've got one of the top defenses in football. And on a hot streak or not, you put that ball in the hands of a young quarterback, and you're only to me. That's a good bet that he's not going to fly right down the field and score a touchdown.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
This was a stat that I heard. Maybe you've talked about this, maybe you haven't. I researched it because it was really hard for me to believe. And by the way, again, I'm not saying the Packers are going to win tomorrow, but there is this, I don't know, it's become almost like everyone says it, so it's true thing about young quarterbacks. Are you aware? I'm trying to think of, that was, who did the Lions play? Sorry, I've been on the golf course.
Last week, the Rams.
They played the Rams.
They played the Rams.
Okay, all right, great. Then it holds true. In week 1, last year and this year, first-year quarterbacks to the playoff. Quarterbacks who have not necessarily rookies. Jordan Love is not a rookie.
Right.
First start in their playoff career, they're 5-0.
Including Brock Purdy, by the way.
Correct.
Right, but now Jordan Love's an experienced playoff quarterback, so that's the end of that.
Yeah.
Mark, wait, do you have to be a homer on the radio? What are you?
Well,
Brian, you have no idea.
Well, hold on a second. True or false? Yeah. Who's the young quarterback in this game? I guess I shouldn't have said true or false, and then I asked a question. But who's the young quarterback in this game?
Like who's younger?
Right. Who's less experienced, Steven?
I don't have copies of birth.
Jordan Love is a year older than Brock.
Yeah.
Okay,
25.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And Brock has played 3 playoff games, and one of them he didn't play. So I think they're actually a similar class of player, along with C.J. Stroud.
Okay. Hey, okay, great. Yeah. I'm just saying the whole the crowd's going to be up. You have a young, inexperienced quarterback. I'm just saying I don't think that narrative is exactly what I would think would be true. But in the last 2 years, first start in the playoffs, 5-0.
Okay.
That's a crazy stat.
It is. It's a crazy stat. It is. I wonder.
Have you heard that? Am I repeating something, or am I teaching you?
No, you're teaching me. I'm learning from some Brian Baumgartner right now.
I looked up last year. It was Purdy. It was Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
And it was. Wait for it. Are we live on radio?
No. No. This is recorded. So
yeah, we're gonna play this back.
We'll edit it later.
There's a third. I can't remember. And then obviously Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud this year.
Yeah. Did the Dolphins win a playoff game last year? Because they had all kinds of first.
Oh no! Sorry. I apologize to the New York Giants. Daniel Jones.
That's what it was. Daniel Jones. Yeah. Daniel Jones.
Yeah. And how about those QBs in their second start? Because that's where Jordan Love is, and I know that Brock Purdy won his second, Daniel Jones lost his, and so. Yeah, it would have been a more interesting stat last week, Brian.
Listen, wait. So now the narrative is young quarterbacks in their second start in the playoffs. No, we're talking about young quarterbacks. They don't necessarily look. You guys should win. I'm not even arguing this point. I'm just saying. I mean, you invited me to come on.
I think it's a great stat. I think it's a great stat.
Fantastic, Brian.
I have another stat. There's not only one homer on this show. See, there's 2. That's another stat for you. Brian, can we get to the real question? The real question. Office reunion show. Yes or no?
Okay. Like, is it happening, or are you saying might it?
Might it?
I currently don't have any contract to participate in an office reunion.
Okay.
But if you're asking me, do I think that at some point the gang will get back together to do something?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I mean, thankfully, because
that's what I'm talking
about. I watch it every night before bed. I was telling Mark it's my go to sleep show, and every time I see the same episode the 5th time, I think, God, why can't we just get like a couple more seasons for the folks in Scranton?
I mean, that to me is tougher, and I may have talked about that here before. I mean, that to me is tougher, and I'll tell you why. I mean, this is going to sound like a joke, and I might say it's slightly funny, but it's true. Like, if you start talking about new seasons, let's look at the end of The Office. Kevin was fired.
Yeah, there is that.
Michael moved to Colorado. Stanley moved to Florida. And Jim and Pam are now living in Austin, Texas. I'm sure I'm forgetting some. Creed's in jail. So like, you know, when people say like we want more seasons, I'm like, do we erase history or how do we get everybody back?
It's a tough job for the script writers. Have a tough job.
I mean, maybe we just do it on Zoom.
Magic of TV.
The Office on Zoom.
The Office on Zoom.
The punchline of this is, though, in the original Roseanne, John Goodman's character literally died, and they came back. So I was like, who knows?
Yeah, right. If they can do it, you can do it. Yeah.
Who knows what can happen?
Leave us with my favorite episode when you all are on the bus and you're doing roll call. What was your part? My name is Kevin. Yeah. And then what did you say after that?
And because that's my name.
Yeah.
My name is Kevin.
Yeah.
Because that's my name.
Roll call. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Tell him, Kevin. Tell him your name. Your name's actually Brian, and you're the best, man. Thank you for coming on.
Good luck tomorrow. You will hear from me once and only once tomorrow.
I know how it works. Do you want to do a friendly wager or no?
No, I'm not going to do a friendly wager tomorrow. But what you are going to hear from me about. Here's a friendly wager. Ready? It was about 3-0, but points in the first drive. If the 49ers defer or the Packers keep the ball.
Okay, so just not both teams' first
Opening drive
just
wager.
The first drive.
Right.
No. Well, I'm assuming
the
Packers will take the ball, and I'm assuming that the 49ers will defer based on what you're telling me. I have not heard this information. If the Packers, one way or the other, get the ball, let's wager on the first drive.
Let's set the over-under on points for that opening drive at 0.5.
Or, 2.5, whatever. That's fine.
For whatever. And I'll take the under.
Okay. What's the bet?
You tell me. It was your idea.
It's got to be a round of golf.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Round of golf.
At Pebble.
Yes. Or the equivalent money at a course of my choosing.
Perfect.
Perfect. I'll start saving $500 right now. Brian, have a great weekend out there, and yes, I look forward to your text tomorrow night.
I truly, congratulations on you and I have not talked this year about this. Congratulations on an amazing season. You know, it's a great team, and I think, when you looked at the playoffs, it was very, very hard to see anything except Niners and Ravens meeting again. But I will say, I think there have been clearly with the game tomorrow, some unexpected turns, and it always seems to happen. I don't know. It always seems to happen.
Hey, sports, man. Sports. Anything can happen. So I'm not going to accept your congratulations yet. But I will look forward to your text. And, dude, great to talk to you.
Always great to talk to you. Good luck tomorrow.
Yes, to you as well. And I mean that in golf, not in football.
And, I'll just quote my text again to you, but only for you.
Okay. See you, buddy.
See you later.
There he goes, the great Brian Baumgartner.